So he's asked about the economy, and listen to what he says here. This answer is almost.
Is it in the running for is that English?
Well, no, it's English, but it's just amazing that he thinks that this could possibly be true. So either he's knowingly lying, or he has no clue how any of this works. Roll that, G.
In your first 100 days, you've proposed $6 trillion in new spending, and you plan to pay for it by raising taxes on people, on businesses, on investments. Why tax and spend so much when the economy is still recovering as a result of the pandemic?
That's the reason why it's recovering.
Now stop it. That's just idiotic. That is idiotic. The idea that this is recovering because of what he's doing, what we spent in the last 30 days. Well, it's not even spent. It's appropriated and just passed.
I think he's equating what that means to like dinner. It's like, well, I just spent money on dinner, so now I'm not hungry anymore because I just ate. It's not the way it works, Joe. I'm more surprised at the guy asking the question, that he asked that question. That's like a real question from a reporter.
I mean, his questions are okay. I mean, some of them are actually awful, if you ask me, as I'll give you some of them tonight. But
well, then he hit his high watermark.
I guess this one's okay. Yeah, why spending when it's still recovering? I mean, he could have said, why are we spending $1.9 trillion when it's not going to make any difference in what the recovery already is baked in from last year? President Trump, we knew what GDP growth was going to be. We knew it before the end of President Trump talked about it. The Atlanta Fed talked about it. All these people talked about what GDP growth was going to look like in the fourth and then the first quarter. None of this spending is affecting that. All right, go ahead, finish this.
Look how rapidly it's recovered since we passed the last piece of legislation. And that legislation was $1.9 trillion. If we don't invest in this country, we're going to actually we're going to fall behind even further.
Democrats and Republicans for generations have been, shall we say, skeptical about the ability of big government to do big things. What makes you so confident that skepticism has changed?
Well, first of all, the facts don't reflect that. I don't have any inordinate faith in government, but there's certain things only the government can do. We rank number 8 in the world in terms of infrastructure, for God's sake. Is the private sector going to go out and build billions of dollars worth of highways, ports, airports, bridges? Are they going to do that? And so these are things that only government can really do.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that. When it comes to infrastructure, that is something that the government can do. But it's not, if the money doesn't go to every boondoggle across the country and just end up getting wasted, is the problem. Like shovel ready. Like last time we tried to do infrastructure. We've tried to do infrastructure a bunch of times. It hasn't really worked out all that well.
Well, all the government really does is write the check. They don't do it. There's not they contract it out. It's just, each state, the state people get involved. That's why you have a State Department of Highways and stuff like that handle all these things. So they're just writing checks, to be honest with you. It's all contracted work out.